After only a year-long hiatus from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the famous family's new Hulu show, The Kardashians, has just wrapped its first season.
Oh my God.
Now, the Kardashians themselves are spilling all the secrets we didn't know about their show.
Oh my God, for real? And I go, yeah, for real.
All press is not good press. The Kardashians' lives have been on camera since 2007. With a public life like that, this family has aired a lot of dirty laundry on national television.
And it is really hard work.
But not everything about people's lives is flattering, no matter how camera ready you may be. The Kardashian fam tries to keep certain things on the DL. Kim told Variety, "Being in the public eye and having disagreements publicly is never easy. But I do believe in handling it all privately. I believe in championing publicly and criticizing privately."
Stop worrying about the public perception. You know who you are.
So, while we've seen quite a few of the Kardashian family's feuds on television, they do their best to keep others behind the scenes. But Kim still wants to show their real lives. I do think it's important for people to see that things aren't perfect all the time, but that they can get better. Fans think scenes were staged. We all know that reality shows may not be entirely reality, and many fans think the Kardashians, in particular, stages some scenes. It's never easy to pull one over on Reddit sleuths. And the Kardashian-loving Redditors noticed that the scene from the season finale where the family discussed Tristan Thompson's affair was totally staged. One Redditor summed up their problem saying, "The family meeting was filmed on January 31st based on Kourtney's outfit. Khloe found out the end of November/beginning of December when the documents leaked, and she did attend Christmas with the fam. So the meeting was staged."
Let's just be honest with who we are and what we're doing and the mistakes we're making.
Others called out the cast for being emotionless during this scene.
Why does she have to just keep suffering? That's what breaks my heart.
Almost as if the news they were talking about wasn't actually news to them. But when Khloe recently went on Hot Ones, she set the record straight about the rumors. She said, "It's not that those things didn't happen, but sometimes they didn't catch the audio or sometimes the mics go out. So maybe it wasn't entirely staged, just tweaked a little. I don't know, Khloe. My money's on the eagle-eyed Redditor." Editing is everything. When it comes to reality TV, editing really factors into how the story plays out. And of course, the Kardashians have some control over what gets edited. Khloe in particular says she's not an advocate for over-editing. Personally, I don't like to take stuff out. This is what happened, this is just how it played. And beyond being truthful with fans, Khloe thinks there's even more to gain from telling the full story. Even if you might not like yourself in a certain way, or you might not like your tone or something you did or said, it's a mirror, and sometimes you have to take those moments and reflect and learn and get better. There's been so much growth for me watching myself. In fact, she says that she and her family are much more likely to ask the production team to add funny moments back in than they are to remove things.
That's just how we are. That's how we were raised.
I guess when you spent 15 years of your life on TV, you have to learn to laugh at yourself. The truth about Tristan. Regardless of the actual reality of this reality show season finale, some truth bombs were dropped about a one Tristan Thompson. It certainly seems like the famous fan was preparing viewers for Tristan's departure and a newly single Khloe. Especially since Kim said on camera,
But if this isn't the biggest sign for you to not have another baby with this human being.
Yikes. So we're guessing that this means Tristan is on the outs with the Kardashian clan at the moment. And as Kris memorably said,
Never go against the family.
big mistake there, Tristan. Despite the breakup, Khloe looked on the bright side, tweeting, "This was definitely a tough episode, but there's so much beauty in watching how close my family is. See? This is why you never go against them, Tristan." Keeping up with Kanye. Some of the Kardashian ladies' exes have permanently made their exits. But Kanye is definitely not leaving the Kardashian universe anytime soon. And overall, the show actually portrayed Ye in a good light. It showed him swooping in to save Kim when her sex tape came back to haunt her and taking his kids to school in a fire truck, proving he's a hands-on and creative dad. It's clear the Kardashians don't have any hard feelings for Kanye. Or at least they don't want it to look that way. That may be because Kim is always thinking of her kids when filming the show. In her words, "I'm always really respectful of what the kids will see."
Like any mom will get that.
The reality is, we're always a family. We always will have a love and respect for each other. So, Kim wants all talk of her kid's dad on television to be kind and loving. That definitely earns some good mom points. Kim and Pete stay discreet. If there's one thing Kanye doesn't want to see on the show, it's Kim's new flame, Pete Davidson. But this is one thing Kanye and Pete can actually agree on, besides how fabulous Kim is, of course. While Pete steered clear of the cameras this season, his name was on everyone's lips.
I ran into Pete Davidson at the Met.
We have a special surprise from Pete for you for the plate.
I mean, Kim found a guy who was a great guy.
So are you dating Pete? Why have you been so secretive?
And Kim says she's definitely open to talking about her beau. When asked if he'll be making an appearance on the show's next season, it's just not what he does. But that doesn't mean Pete is totally against the idea. Kim says if there was an event happening and he's there, he wouldn't tell the cameras to go away. I think I might film something really exciting coming. And she hinted that it may be for next season. To Scott or not to Scott? Speaking of Kardashian love interests who aren't opposed to being on the show, we have the one and only Scott Disick. Some fans were surprised to see how often Scott appeared on the Kardashians now that Kourtney has moved on with her new hubby, Travis Barker. But it's clear that Scott isn't having the easiest time saying goodbye to his longtime love.
So I always felt like I had this responsibility, so it was a lot to handle.
In his words, it was a huge adjustment losing Kourtney romantically, but now it's becoming a huge adjustment losing her as a best friend. But Kourtney was sure to make her own opinion of Scott's presence on the show known. On episode 4, she said,
You know, I'm sensitive to him and his feelings, and I communicate with him about the kids, and I make sure that he's good.
But that doesn't mean that she and Travis want their engagement to be all about Kourt's ex. She says,
I just got engaged, and I want to be happy, and I just don't think that this moment is about Scott.
We definitely can't argue with that. And neither can the show's executive producer, Ben Winston. He was happy that they showed Kourtney speaking out against another episode's editing.
We've been watching the edits and we're just so annoyed.
He said, I like the fact that we put it in there. We've almost given her a voice of the cut that she didn't like, and we put it on the air, and I think that's fair to her. Kendall's cucumber controversy. We all remember,
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
the Kardashians have always had a knack for becoming memes. The most meme-inspiring moment of the Kardashian season 1? Well, that would have to be how Kendall cuts cucumbers.
It's pretty easy. You go, girl.
Kendall's unorthodox cucumber slicing style raised many an eyebrow and sparked an internet wildfire.
Hey, chef, do you want to cut this up for her?
I'll do it, Mom. It's fine.
Luckily, Kendall's not too embarrassed over the infamous moment. She thinks it's as funny as the rest of us do. She said, it's hysterical, but I like watching it back because I was like, why did I cut it like that? Yeah, Kendall, the entire world is wondering the same thing. I love it, honestly, because it couldn't be more like me. Like, I'm a noodle that does weird things. How not to be down to earth? While Kendall had her cucumber fiasco, Kylie also had her fair share of surprising moments that seemed to confirm that these ladies do, in fact, live in a bubble. In one episode, Kylie went to the supermarket with Kris, and the pair was shocked at how fun checking out groceries is. The mom and daughter duo also went to a drive-through car wash just for fun.
This is like Disneyland.
Ah, to be rich and famous. Still, this was one of the few moments that fans got to see Kylie this season. But Kendall claims that she and Kylie are looking forward to more screen time.
I will be here, so don't you worry.
She says, we're really willing to dive in, and you'll see a lot more in season 2. Kendall and Kylie confidential. While we may see more of Kendall and Kylie in season 2, the sisters want to keep some things about their life confidential. They're sure about what they do and do not want to play out on the screen. Khloe says the younger sisters have learned from their older sibs' choices. They've seen a lot of our mistakes, or they've seen a lot of things we've put on camera. They're like, okay, I don't want to put my relationship or something like that on camera. Momager knows best. While Caitlyn Jenner claims that she had the original idea to turn the Kardashians' lives into a TV show, Kris says the stroke of genius was all hers. Kris is the brains behind the Kardashian empire, so it's probably true that putting the fam on TV was her doing. When talking about the biggest challenge that comes with living your life on TV, Kris says it's watching her kids go through all life's highs and lows.
The most important thing to me is spending time with all my kids.
My challenge just comes from a very emotional place, and I just want them to be happy. Otherwise, it's clear she's pretty pleased with the new show. She gave a shout out to producers saying, "You've made us grow and made us better and taught us a little bit more about how to do what we do. You've really made us look good. So thank you so much." The reality of reality TV. While Kris says the show makes them look good, the fam still maintains that they're their truest selves on screen and that they show the world everything, not just the good stuff. According to Khloe, though, there's no way around it. I mean, it's something that I feel the viewers would feel slighted or maybe say, this isn't a docuseries, it's not reality, because you're not talking about this or showing this. And the show stars do think of this revamped version of their show as a docuseries rather than a reality TV show. In Kim's words, my goal was that it was familiar and it felt like home. Like, oh my god, they're back, but updated or just a little bit more intimate. So, what do you think of the new Kardashian show? Do you think the scenes are staged? Is the Kardashians just a way for Kris and her kids to control the narrative? Or is it a glimpse into the lives of one of our most famous families? Come on, we want to know all the opinions in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to The Things Reality for all the tea on your favorite reality TV.